Hi, my name's Julia. I'm here to take you through a 20-minute stretch today. We're going to be using our foam roller for your stretch. So grab your foam roller and a mat, head down to the floor, and we will get rolling. I'm listening to chilled afternoon playlist on Spotify at the moment. If you want to pop that on, just listen to some chilled out tunes whilst you stretch out that body. All right, so let's come down to the mat. Your foam roller is just on the floor, and we're going to come down to sit on it, sort of on the side, sitting just underneath your hip bone. So we don't want to sit on the really hard parts of your, like a hard bony bits. We want to kind of sit more on the fleshy muscle bits. So top leg is going to be over the top, flat on the floor. Bottom leg nice and long, and we're just going to roll down that IT band. Walking your hands out, you roll that roller all the way down to the top of your knee, and then roll it all the way back. So really working through that muscle and fascia all down the side of the leg. It's quite tricky to stretch out down the side of your leg. So rolling out is a really great option to release all that tension. It is our largest muscle in our body. So it's really important to make sure that we are giving it a little bit of care. Hovering over any sticky bits that are feeling like a little bit more painful than the rest of the roll, and just feeling that little release after a while. And then continue to roll down, taking a little bit of rotation through your leg as you roll up and down so that you can get all surface area on the side of the leg. You can come down to your elbows as well if you need to, if a long arm isn't quite an option for you, or your shoulders. You don't want to have too much weight bearing on that wrist. You can just come down slightly. Taking the roll in your own pace. We're almost finished on the side of the leg. And rolling all the way down. I want you to now rotate on top of that roller and sort of just have that roller resting at your hip flexor. So same leg, and we're taking that other leg to the side, and we're just going to take a couple of little rolls forward and back, sort of rolling that body and the hips over the roller to get into your hip flexor. So just really feeling that nice release through the front of your hip. We're on our elbows. Our core is engaged throughout this so that we're protecting our lower spine. From there, we're going to drop the knee and we're going to commando crawl forward and back, taking that roll through the front of the leg. So rolling up and down through your quad. Once again, hovering through those extra little painful bits and just feeling that release down. This can be quite painful, so if you need to just have a little rest or take that pressure off, do so. But it is so good for you, so good to help those muscles repair and sort of help with that inflammatory response you get when you do a really good bar workout. So really important and really good for your muscles. I now want you to, as you roll up and back, take an external rotation of that long leg. So feel that hip open up, and we're just going to roll up and down through that inner thigh. So feeling it a little bit more on the inside of the leg. This should feel really nice. I want you to come all the way up as well, up to the groin, so you're getting right in to that hip area. And all the way down to the knee where the muscles connect. Really nice. Couple more rolls up and down, and then we're going to come to our glutes. And releasing all the way back down. Pressing up into your hands. I want you to now come around and sit. Stay with that same leg and now sit on the roller. We're going to take it to our glutes. So, a couple of options here. You can have feet flat on the floor. Hands are going to be behind us for that little bit of extra support. Your leg that you're rolling out can be flat on the floor, or you can bring it up so your ankle is on your knee. And then you can start rolling through your glute here. Up to you. You can have this position with your legs, or you can just have both legs down and just work through that one side. Here, I want you to once again rotate through your leg a little bit so that we get all surface area of your glutes. This should feel really nice, especially if we've done a crazy fold over series and your glutes have been feeling it. So really nice rolling forward and back, hovering over those sticky bits. Beautiful. Almost done on this side, and we're going to come to our hamstring. So let's bring that roller now. We're coming back. We're sitting on the floor, and that roller is going to come underneath or just above the bottom of our knee. We're going to press into our hands to lift that tail off the floor. Nice and long leg, other leg bent on the floor. And we're just going to roll forward and back, feeling that nice release through the back of the leg. Just a nice gentle roll here. If you want a little bit stronger, you can take both legs up off the mat, and then that way we've got full body weight on that leg. Working that hamstring up and down. Once again, taking a little rotation, external and internal, to get all surface area. Not leaving any little muscles or fascia out. We want to get it all as we roll. Couple more rolls up and down here. And release. Let's take that roller now to our calf. So we've gone from the top of the knee. I want you to go underneath the knee now. Once again, we have two different options. We can have one foot flat on the floor or lift the hips, and we can go up and down the calf here. Or we can bring that roller to your ankle, both legs crossed on top. We lift and we roll up and down the calf here. Up to you. The legs crossed, both legs on top of your roller will be stronger. So depending on how tight your calves are right now, will be how your legs are positioned on the roller. Really feeling it all the way down to that ankle. You want to get all the way into those nice little ligaments and where the muscles join to the bone, all the way down. And then roll all the way back up to the top. Same goes with the top of the knee. Get right up in there. Nice. Keep it nice and fluid up and down, holding over those sticky bits as you need to. Almost done on this leg, and then we're going to go to our other side and release it down. Swinging the legs around, let's go to your other leg, back to that IT band side of the leg. So lifting up, the roller comes down to the side, and remember, we don't want to sit on that hip bone. We want to be a little bit underneath it, so we're not sort of rolling over our heavy bony bits. That doesn't feel very nice. And then rolling up and down. Take note if this side feels a little bit different. One side might be a little bit more painful than the other. So it's always good to know or to recognize it. So you know maybe you work harder on one side than the other. And then at least you know going forward when you're working out or even walking, even just standing, you might find that you rest your balance more on one side than the other. You can take note of that and go, that's why this side was a little bit more. And maybe you can correct it through your day to day. Hovering through those sticky bits, holding it there until you feel that nice release, and keep rolling. I always find this side is more painful for me, as I think I hold my weight a little bit more on this side, or I just think my left side is a little bit weaker than my right, so it works a little bit harder. Taking a couple more rolls forward and back, getting that beautiful massage down the side of the leg. And releasing, we're coming all the way forward, and we want to take that roller to your hip flexor. So other leg goes out to the side for that little bit of a counterbalance. We just want to feel that little rock forward and back, releasing through your hip flexor to start with. And then we'll move on through the front of the leg, taking that little rotation as you need to, that little hover as you need to, over any bits that are particularly sore. And then we commando crawl forward, working down the front of your quad, the front of your leg. Coming all the way down to your knee. Once again, we want to get to where the muscles connect to the bone. Want to release the entire muscle from its origin point to where it finishes. And let's add in that little inner thigh as well. So externally rotate that leg and feel that beautiful roll up and down the inner thigh, which runs from sort of your groin area all the way down to that knee. We're almost done here, and then we're going to flip over and work our glutes. And a couple, adding that front of the quad back in, sort of rotating, working any area that you need. So you might want to hover back around your hip flexors. You might want to pay attention to those inner thighs, up to you. Use these last couple of rolls to roll out where you need it. And we're going to release it. Coming up, we're going to flip around. Sitting on that roller now, same side, working through those glutes. Remember your foot stance. You can have both feet flat on the floor, or you can bring the working leg or the glute that we're rolling, ankle up onto that other knee. And then you roll forward and back. Really feeling that nice release through your seat. Personally, I prefer both feet flat on the floor. I feel like I can move around my seat a little bit better if my feet are flat on the floor, and get more into that side glute, that glute med, which I find I hold a lot of tension in. So try and get glute max and glute med here as you're rolling out. Nice, keep it going. We've got a couple more here through the glutes. And then we're going to take it to that hamstring. And let's go to our hamstring. So releasing all the way tail to the floor. Bringing that roller underneath the kneecap, just above the knee. Pressing into your hands. We're going to roll forward and back, working through your hamstring. Remembering you can bring that supporting leg up on top, working through having a bit more weight on that leg. That feels better for you. And trying to get all the way down to that base of the knee and all the way up to the top of the glute. And let's go to our calf. So let's place it either at the top, underneath the knee, or at the ankle, depending on where your legs are going to be. So if you're going to have both ankles crossed, go towards your ankle. If you're just going to go one foot on the floor, go towards your knee. And we're just going to roll forward and back through your calf. You don't have to lift the tail all the way off the mat here. You can just sort of slide it forward and back as well. Or you can even take a little roll forward and back like this, if that feels better for your upper body. If your shoulders or wrists aren't quite there to support you. Take that nice release, going down the side of the calf and all the way down to the ankle. and releasing it there. That's our legs rolled out. We're going to take that roller now to the base of your spine, so lower back. I'm just going to come up to sit on top of it. And I just want you to feel a gentle roll forward and back through your lumbar spine. So you're trying to lengthen out that curve and create a little bit of space, a little bit of extra space between the vertebrae as you roll forward and back. We're just sticking with that lumbar to start with. Taking that little rotation again through the sides. Feeling that release through the side back muscles. And releasing all the way down. I want you to now come down to lying on your back. Gonna lift your hips up. Place that roller underneath your tailbone. And then hug the knees into your chest. Take a little rock forward and back on the roller. Coming back to center, hold your right knee into your chest. As you extend your left leg out, we're going to get a nice hip flexor stretch here. So really feeling that long leg reach out of your hip, and try to imagine you want to touch the floor, but without bending the knee. So keep it nice and long and just try and touch that toe to the floor. And swapping sides, hug the left knee in. Right leg reaches long, beautiful hip flexor stretch once again. Hug that knee in. It's like an oppositional pull here, and reach that right toe nice and long. Like you're trying to touch the toe to the floor without bending the knee, feeling that beautiful stretch through the front of the hip. And release, hugging both knees back into your chest. Feet come back to the floor. Lift the hips, place the roller to the side, hands slide underneath the knees, rock up to sitting. We're going to take that roll now to our upper back. So we're going to place that roller just in between your shoulder blades. I want you to interlace your fingers, hands come behind your head, just to hold up that head and neck, shoulders, avoiding any tension through your upper shoulder and neck. Lift your hips up off the mat and then take a nice roll down the shoulder blades. We're kind of doing what we did with our lumbar and trying to create that space and correct the alignment of your upper back. Nice and slow here, rolling forward and back. And release the tail to the floor. Straighten yourselves up if you need to. And we're going to take a couple of chest openings over the roller. So feet flat on the floor. Roller is sort of whereabouts your bra strap would be. And I want you to bring your head back and feel that release up and over the roller. And then lift it back up. Just really gentle. Feel that extension through the crown of the head as you open up. Feel that openness through the chest, openness through the back. And lifting back up. We're going to take two more. We reach up and back. And lift, last one. Reach up and back. Feel that head release even further away. And lift it back up, rolling onto your side. We're going to go into your lats now. This one's quite painful, quite sensitive. So if you need to, just take a little bit of less weight up onto the roller. The roller's going to come to your side of your body. And then you're just going to sort of lift up and then roll up and down the side to the underarm and then down the rib cage. Working those lats, it can be really sore. So if you need to, you can just hover on top of it and just like rest there and then just get a little release through the lats there. If that's strong enough, just stay there. If you want that little extra, you roll forward and back. And release. Coming up, circle the legs around, other side. Roller underneath your side of your body and just feel that gentle roll up and down to your underarm and then down the rib cage. Once again, if just holding it there is enough, just hold. But if you want to add that roll up and down, this side for me is quite painful, quite sore, quite tight. Just hold it there, release that arm long. Just feel that release of your lats into the roller. And release. We're going to come up to sitting. We're into our last little exercise. This is the nice one. This is the one everyone loves at the end of class. Pop the roller underneath your neck like it's a pillow. Hands are by your side. Feet can be flat on the floor. You can lengthen your legs long, up to you. And we're just going to take a little shake of that head side to side. Releasing any tension through the base of the skull, top of the neck. And go as slow as you like here. Feels really lovely just to relax and release any tension through your neck. You are all finished your stretch for today. You can stay down in that position, releasing through the neck for as long as you like, but you are all done. And I really hope you feel nice and long after that. You've released that tension through your body. And I'll see you later. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Bye.